little perplexing for me, honestly, trying to differentiate and trying to, what's against the movie, what's not against the movie. I'm feeling like any kind of organized, entity is against the movie. Cats doing, truly nefarious things, not like your local, penny dimer, drug dealer, or whatnot, or petty criminal. But how you feel, big brother?
Well, it was kind of hard, and in the beginning, I was more like I was thinking of just mafia and gangster as the old, as we know it, Italians in New York or something during that line. It was white pretty much. But then after I talked to my brother, and I was like, oh, it's more than just that. It's any criminal enterprise, people out to make money.
I mean, I think out of my 10, I think all of them actually do touch on mafia. So I think I got the criteria, but there's so many movies we consider gangster. It was actually, it was kind of awakened me, And there's gonna be some on here, at least on my side, that people gonna shock the folks
But
that ain't on there or that is on there, or it's I think it's gonna be.
it's really semantics though. Mafia, gangster. We both. It's really the same thing when it boils. That's
More or less, yeah.
so.
More or less.
There's a lot of movies out there that that I just want to say right now in the beginning that I thought hard on, but I didn't include necessarily.
Oh, so you already trying to come out with some honorable mentions? Is that what you trying to tell me, big brother?
Yeah, I want to kick with a couple. I saw your last episode and you kind of spread it on. You spread it them, throughout the whole segment.
Honestly, because I honestly got a major honorable mention. But please, you first. Throw me one. I got one for you.
This is gonna be hard for a lot of people, and it's gonna be hard. My first one's gonna be Boys in the Hood. I just feel like still, even though the criteria we set out,
Right.
I still think that's in a genre by itself.
Yeah, I mean and it's scratching at what we want. It's scratching at it because Doughboy probably do got the capabilities to do some, more than he was doing on the block. But it's whatever.
But we never saw that. We never saw that activity. We never really saw that activity. If I would have saw more of that activity, then I would have, oh yeah, okay. But what I saw was just a bunch of homies hanging around, getting into mayhem.
I mean, yeah, right. It wasn't nothing organized. It was, it was petty. They looked to be petty criminal cats, hood cats. I get you. I got you. That's it. I mean, yeah, people. That's ooh, that might ruffle somebody's feathers. That's kind of a big one, bro. I'm gonna say the Irishman, and I don't know if you done got a chance to see the Irishman yet.
Nah.
It's the hottest thing on Netflix. Well, man, Scorsese's out there talking trash about the Marvel Comics cats. He's so hyped up about this movie. He's out there with it. You know what I mean? He's out there with it, and it's basically De Niro playing this henchman. You know what I mean, for the mob gets hooked up with Hoffa, played by Pacino, who people saying whatever they want to say about Pacino, but to me he killed it in this movie. He was a hell of a Hoffa. He's the reason to watch it, if you ask me. And it touches on the mafia. People get killed. What I mean, it reaches every criteria, but after because spoiler alert, what I mean, for anybody who don't know their history, Jimmy Hoffa happens to end up sleeping with the fishes, and at that point in the movie, after he's sleeping with the fishes, Pacino, the best, as I say, the best part of the movie, it kind of just dies out. It's that's why it can't be in any top 10. It maybe a top 20 if you're trying to stretch, I guess. But no more than that. It's not his best work. It's just not. So if somebody tell you that it is, they lying to you. In my view.
I haven't seen that yet. I've been intending on watching it, but
And Pesci, Joe Pesci. That's who the whole world talk about. He trying to win Oscars.
so how was his role? I mean, how was his performance?
He was good, but he's you keep thinking of the older dude from what Goodfellas.
Yeah.
If he lived 30 more years, he would be this dude.
Yeah.
Basically. So he's like the consigliere cat. So he's good. And another thing about it is the cast is immaculate, but everybody got BS roles. Everybody got too many cameos. You looking at it like,
But
why
I'm saying
is
you.
Anna Paquin in this movie?
And one of my things that I just want to lead into is that you're talking about the cast. You're talking about three of the major players in a lot of my movies on here. Pacino,
Me.
Pacino,
Spoiler alert, me too.
De Niro, and maybe Pesci a couple times.
They're heavily in my list too. Yes.
And that's one of the more interesting things when you talk about the Irishman. To me, that these are some heavy hitters right here, and I'm getting bad. I'm seeing bad reviews. I should say that
They are.
the movie's too long. For my opinion, 3 hours is just too long.
It is.
To
Yeah,
keep
but
people and now.
But I bet if we look back at Casino, you know what I mean, or what's Goodfellas or other, I bet if we look
They
at
weren't
it,
3 hours.
I bet they were. I
They
bet
weren't 3 hours. And then plus,
off.
if they were, yeah, we're gonna get back into the but this is just those movies flowed in a different way though.
They did.
They flowed in a different way than I'm seeing in The Irishman. I have a hard time buying this new age technology here where De Niro is getting computer enhanced. Come on, man.
Yeah, I didn't. That part, I didn't even. I honestly didn't even. But it's whatever.
You can find some young actor to play that role up to the point where you need to install these guys. It's just.
But you're looking at the politics of it too, big brother. It's Tribeca Studios Productions. It's Robert De Niro. You know he said I'm gonna be in this movie. It's his production company. You know he was gonna be in it. And maybe to sell it to Netflix, you had to have that. He's not the problem. He's good. Everybody's good. It's just we've seen better. It's just point blank.
It sounds like we could go on and on about the Irishman. So let's get it popping here with our top 10 list here.